Hi, my name is Aditi Karthikeyan, and I am a sophomore from Redmond, Washington. Washington State currently has 3 alternative paths for rehabilitation for juvenile offenders. Why is it necessary to have alternatives like this, and do you support their expansion?
Thanks, Aditi. I really feel like we need to do better for our youth, especially that are in danger of being incarcerated. So if something happens where there is a crime that might have been committed or a youth is facing detention, we need to give judicial discretion. So the judge is a little more discretion on opportunities to um, make sure that the best placement for that youth is met. Right now, it's like substance. There's a substance use pathway to help them with that. There might be like a community placement opportunity to keep them out of a juvenile facility or putting them in a juvenile facility. So trying to make sure that those choices are there for the judge, and also looking to see if we can have additional options in place. So right now you might have currently the option to stay in the community facility if your sentence is less than 30 days. Right now we have legislation, it's House Bill 1322, and I think it's Senate Bill 5796, that would instead, if your sentence was 90 days or less, to be able to stay in the community facility. So not having to go across the state, for example, or taking you out of your maybe support system that your family might provide if you stayed closer to home. That, to me, is a significant part of why we need to offer additional options. You want only the most serious of offenses to be something that you need to go maybe away to a juvenile facility across the state, rather than minor offenses that it might exacerbate your long-term outcomes if you get put into a facility that maybe you're not that's not maybe the best placement for that offense. So the more we can do to be flexible around different pathways for different offenses, I think is a better outcome for all youth in our state.
Thank you for that question. Why do we need different pathways for our youth that enter in the juvenile justice system? Well, number one, everyone's different, right? They come in all degrees, and the crimes come in all degrees. So we need to give them options. Our purpose is to keep them out of the juvenile justice system detention centers. We don't want them to go there. But if they are committing some aggressive, some felonies, some crimes that make it unsafe for them to live in community, and our community be unsafe for them to live there, then they need to go to detention and to our juvenile systems. But so many of them don't. And so if we can catch them before they are sentenced to a juvenile justice detention center, then we can give them some alternative help. One is diversion. I have a grandson. I watched him through that process, but this was several years ago. And the diversion then was one counseling session with his family, and that was all. That was not enough. Now we have an extended program for diversion, and we have wraparound services for our kids so that they can be able to, someone can be there to hold their hand, so to speak, and their family's hand, so to speak, to move on with their life and be able to gain the strengths and gain the tools that they need to become young adults and productive folks in our society. They might even be eligible or need to go into chemical dependency programs, or they might be needing some mental health counseling. All of those things, whatever they need, and we can identify them before they go in detention facilities. We need to have them wrapped around the services, wrap around them to make sure that they are not going into the system. The system doesn't always work. And it actually, when they are in the facility itself, like Green Hill, sometimes it's a worst situation that they've ever been in, lived in, and we have to really try hard to make sure that that doesn't happen for them.